You guys know that I think Modern Warfare 4 has a tough road ahead when it launches. You guys also know I didn't have the highest opinion of the new Modern Warfare series. But you guys also know I'll always try to give new COD games a chance when they come around. And I've been playing the beta just a bit. I'm not going to tell you my overall thoughts on the game just yet. That's for another video. But I'm still the COD historian and the COD YouTube list guy. So I have a responsibility. So I'm going to give you what I and the community thinks are the best guns in the first beta weekend. Now, the level cap is pretty low, so there aren't that many weapons in there right now, but from my time with the game and looking on the forums and X and everything, this is what I've got. You guys can let me know if you agree or disagree. At number 10, the Type 73. This is a belt-fed machine gun. It was designed around sustained fire. When you actually get yourself set up in a position where you can take advantage of it, I think this thing shreds people. Problem is that Modern Warfare 4's multiplayer is not exactly giving you a lot of opportunities to sit comfortably behind a sandbag and recreate a documentary about the Korean War. The beta's maps, they are tight. They're compact. And the TTK is super fast right now. Players are moving around constantly. That being said, once you actually find that secret position that you can camp in, it's top tier. So it's very situational. But it's also pretty fun and rewarding once you find yourself in one of those situations. I have a feeling that once the full game comes out, there's more open areas for you to do combat in. You guys are going to see what this gun's about. It is horrible for running around and sliding everywhere, but it's good for stationary objective play if that's your vibe. At number 9, the Oris 8.6, another gun that is extremely good if you're willing to not play the game like an MLG TTV Sweatlord. Lightweight marksman rifle, sacrifices constant stopping power for excellent handling speed. It's heavily reliant on how good your aim is, and it's honestly reminding me of guns like the Outlaw from Black Ops 4 and the MK2 Carbine from Modern Warfare 2019. Super light, very difficult to use effectively, but has a ton of potential in the right hands. It's one of those guns that I feel like is going to have a ridiculous following once the entire community gets their hands on it and really starts experimenting with it. In a beta, nobody wants to actually experiment with builds because your time's limited. You just want to run around and get as many great games as you can before the servers shut off. But I'm telling you, I think the Oris is going to be the next Outlaw when the full game comes out. At number 8 is the Finn LMG, a staple of the new Modern Warfare franchise, once again returning, and you basically know what to expect here. That's why it's good. Reliable, simple, straightforward, doesn't make you feel like a slug pushing through molasses while you're holding it. The TTK is good, the ammo capacity is great. It's an amazing gun for suppressing fire. I'll say that. The movement isn't slow enough to really punish you for using it like the Type 73 sometimes does. You still have to slow your play style a bit when you're using it, but if you're willing to do that, the Finn is once again a solid LMG. And I don't really know why IW decided to keep bringing it back. I mean, it's almost like they're trying to force nostalgia in their community for whatever reason. At number 7, the 50GS. Now, it's the Desert Eagle. Got to give it a spot. It's awesome. The new version of the Deagle introduced in Modern Warfare 2019 has basically been a precision weapon, and I honestly really like that about the Deagle. It's hard to use, but if you land that shot, it is going to take at least 50% of the target's health away, and if you hit them in the head, you just delete them outright. It's a proper hand cannon type of weapon. I love that, and here it is. Even if it's not always the most practical sidearm to have with you, in case you can't tell, I'm kind of letting my feelings get in the way of the stats with this one this time around, because on one hand, I really do want to be factual. On the other hand, I don't know. I'm just trying to have fun with this game. Trying to see if these guns are going to be a mix of what's good and what's fun, if that makes any sense. At number 6, the Signal 50. Heavy sniper, absolutely not subtle, but it will absolutely get the job done too. It's tricky up close because it's a sniper, but it's still going to instantly drop whoever it touches, and then at longer ranges, this thing can be a headache for the other team. Now, I'm sure there's going to be other snipers that unlock in the second beta weekend and with the full game that are way more versatile and maybe a little easier to use. But as of right now, Signal 50 is the go-to sniper in Modern Warfare 4, and as snipers continue unlocking attachments and they master that movement, I can only imagine they're going to get even more ridiculous. At number 5, the Resi 12. Actually, genuinely, I think this is a stupid shotgun that's really fun to use. Classic 12-gauge design, close-range engagements, which is basically perfect for the current beta because several of these maps devolve into absolute meat grinders. Tell me I'm wrong. The gun takes full advantage of the crazy movement options and encourages you to get close to people that you might as well be proposing them before you blast them into the lobby. There's also some deceptive range here, despite being a shotgun designed for close quarters. I have been seeing people get some cheesy kills from longer distances if they're willing to get good with that snappy ADS aiming. It's fun. Yes, shotguns are fun. At number 4, the PPSH. I still hate the stupid white phosphorus bullets or whatever the Apex attachment is on this thing, but the gun is good and fun to use, so here it is. Shoots fast, big mag, basically a fire extinguisher, except you're putting out groups of enemies and you're using bullets instead of whatever the foam stuff is called that's loaded into a fire extinguisher. Crazy fire rate keeps it competitive at mid-range because you can pepper people with low damage shots and get relatively quick kills, and then up close it deletes them straight up. Now, it's not getting as much attention as certain other SMG in the game, but it is giving some stiff competition. Again, I think the Apex attachments, they need to be talked about. But at least the PPSH is getting love in a modern COD game. This is a legacy weapon, and it deserves love. At number 3, the ISO Nightshade. This is going to be the competitive SMG of choice, I can tell. At least in my opinion. Everybody sees it, has all the staples of an annoying competitive COD SMG. It's mobile, it's quick, it's great fire rate, amazing TTK, tons of attachments, ridiculous versatility, right? You can rush, you can be stealthy, you can be slow, you can be methodical. The ISO Nightshade will literally do whatever you want it to do. There's no way it doesn't get nerfed by the time that this full game comes out. But then again, maybe it actually stays this way because this is an IW game, and they may keep it that way. I don't know. At number 2, the M4. Shocker, I know, shocker, the M4 is at the top of a tier weapon list in another modern Infinity Ward game. Basically the rifle version of the ISO Nightshade in a sense that it just does everything. You can rush, you can tank, you can sneak, you can hold down objectives. It's your go-to weapon for everything. Jack of all trades. I don't know how we're getting yet another M4 rifle that's arguably too good, but that's the situation we're in right here. We could be seeing a long, long season of it. I mean, MW4 is yet another Modern Warfare game, which means there is yet another M4 that is way too good. And at number 1, just my opinion, the beta is going to evolve. It's going to change everything. They already put out that they're doing patch notes and all kinds of stuff. Props to them. But I'm going to go with the cast-off 7.62, the big boy. I still really wish they would just call this thing the AK-47 again, but I can at least appreciate it being arguably better than the M4. Arguably. Honestly, I'm only giving it the top spot because I don't want to give the top spot to the M4. And while the M4 is probably the best rifle in the game, the AK is probably the most fun rifle in the game. Definitely the second best, but it's at first. It makes no sense, I know, but I don't want to give it to the M4. Maybe once people have more time with it, then we can get it up to the top of the list. But for now, I'm going to give it to the number 1 spot for me, and then you guys can argue in the comments over whether or not it actually deserves it. I think that's fair enough. So there you go. This is early, but these are my 10 best Modern Warfare 4 beta guns. Let me know where you agree, disagree. How are you liking the game? Go back to yesterday's video. Give me your feedback because we're going to be doing a video that is addressed to Infinity Ward on Monday with all the feedback. Good, bad, ugly, pretty, all of it. I'll see you soon. We just did a Modern Warfare 4 top 10.